Professor of Modern Mysteries. This is my video journal of when I was exploring modern mysteries. I'll be talking about these modern mysteries: Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, the Bermuda Triangle, and the lost city of Atlantis. Thank you. We are in the mountains of northern Washington looking at where Bigfoot may have been. Bigfoot is said to live in Alaska, Canada, British Columbia, Nevada, Oregon, California, and Washington. He's usually 8 feet tall with long arms and large hands. Most people are afraid of him because of his amazing strength and large body. Right now I'll be talking to two kids, Bobby and Lizzie Smith, who say they saw Bigfoot. Hello. You say you saw Bigfoot. Could you tell us a little about what happened?
Well, we were going up into the woods and we were having a picnic. We put out our food and we smelled something really bad. So when we turned around to see what it was, there was something 8 feet tall behind us. Yeah, I screamed and ran as fast as I could, and I could hear this high-pitched screaming sound behind me. The next day we came to the same spot, all the food was eaten, and there were large footprints all around.
Well, let's go to that spot now. Is this the spot now?
Yes, it is.
These footprints that are here now, they're Bigfoot footprints, so their toes are much more spread out than a human's. That's what makes them different from a human's. Well, thank you for helping us find evidence.
You're welcome.
These kids, like many others, say they saw Bigfoot. It could have been a hoax, but it could have been real. We may never know. We're right by Loch Ness, where the Loch Ness Monster's home is said to be. Loch Ness is 24 miles long and 2 miles wide, 754 feet deep, but in some spots it goes as deep as 900 feet. This lake has dark, inky water, so visibility may be limited to only a few inches. On either side of the lake there are steep, tree-covered mountains. It's a great place for Nessie to hide. Speaking of Nessie, she's 50 to 60 feet long. She has humps, a long neck, and a small head, and also is a dark gray color. Right now, we're in Loch Ness Tours, talking to Captain Harris. Hello, Captain.
Hello.
We would like to talk to you about the Loch Ness Monster.
Ah, Nessie. She's a tough one, she is. Usually keeps hidden most of the time, at least.
Do the residents believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
Nah, the residents think it's mostly a lot of poppycock to keep the tourists coming to Scotland.
Do you believe in the Loch Ness Monster?
Me? Well, lassie, I don't know. I've been fishing these waters a mighty long time, and I never caught so much as a glimpse from her.
Do you know anyone who says they have?
All the store owners say they do, but like I said, it's just to keep the tourists coming. We'd have caught it by now with all our fancy equipment and stuff, like the time the boats went all through the lake with their sonar, never saw anything, or the time when we put people up on all the cliffs, kept watch of the lake for a very long time. They never saw her.
Well, goodbye.
Ah, time's ticking. I got to run.
Well, looks like Nessie is hiding herself pretty well, if there is a Nessie. We're flying over an area of 440,000 square miles called the Bermuda Triangle, where an average of 4 boats and 2 planes per minute are lost. Here's our pilot, Martin. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Patrici. How are you?
Good. Could you tell us a little background on the Bermuda Triangle?
Well, I think the Bermuda Triangle has gotten a bad rap. Probably all started with that Flight 19.
Could you tell us a little about Flight 19?
Certainly. On December 5th, 1945, 5 planes left on a normal training flight. They started getting calls from the planes at the radio tower saying that they were thinking that they were lost. Turns out they were actually east of Florida in an area above the Bahamas, but they thought they were over the Florida Keys, which is actually west of Florida. They were a little disoriented and tried to head east to Europe, and unfortunately didn't have enough gas. Shortly after they were lost radio contact with them, the Martin Mariner went out to find them, was also lost at sea.
Horrible tragedy. So that's what started the whole thing. Well, it might not be a mystery considering all the other things. There's a strong current flowing more than 4 knots between the Florida and the Bahamas. Also, there are winds from all different directions going into the Bermuda Triangle. There are also underground caves, and Also, there can be underground earthquakes or strong currents on the cave, so they can cause tidal waves, water spouts, or even whirlpools. If you look at it again, the Bermuda Triangle may not be a mystery after all. Today we're studying the lost city of Atlantis, the city to have sunk beneath the sea. We'll be talking to Dr. Ramsley, Professor of Atlantean Studies at the Library of Inner Greek and History in Athens, Greece. Hello, Dr. Ramsley.
Hi, good day.
Well, first let's look at this world map. This shows many places where Atlantis may have been.
Well, this marks the spot right here that many people believe that Atlantis was. But look at the map.
Well, next let's look at Plato's account of the story. Now, this Greek philosopher Plato wrote about this legend in his dialogue. Plato says that the city was powerful and wealthy. He said it had walls plated with tin and bronze, underground harbors, and many other things of splendor. He said the layout looked like this. The inner island where the royal palace was surrounded by water. Then after the water came another ring of land, then another ring of water, and etc. All the harbors were crowded with sea vessels for war. Plato described the fall of this great city because the gods got angry at the Atlanteans because they were getting so rich and so greedy that they wanted to take over the world. He also says that earthquakes, floods, and fires destroyed the city and it sank beneath the sea. Do you believe in Atlantis?
Well, if there was an Atlantis, my crew will find one.
Until somebody discovers the lost city of Atlantis, it remains a modern mystery. We're back at my office taking a closer look at these modern mysteries. Let's start with Bigfoot. Now, sometimes if you look at Bigfoot, it seems silly to believe. First of all, no remains have ever been found of Bigfoot. Now, unless they bury them very deep into the ground, it seems silly. Also, there's only one picture not proven to be a hoax. This picture was taken in 1967, and it's of a female Bigfoot. Well, that's for Bigfoot. Now, doesn't it seem kind of silly now? Next, let's talk about the Loch Ness Monster. When we were talking to the captain, he said it was just to get business and that he had never seen it. So that just mainly points to no. But also, many people who say they saw the Loch Ness Monster, their Loch Ness Monsters turned out to be logs or sticks. So that makes the signs definitely point to no. Now let's look at the Bermuda Triangle. Here I have a water tornado simulator where you'll see something that will look similar to a water spout. And even though you can't see on top, the top's a whirlpool. Sometimes this will happen in the Bermuda Triangle. So, considering these and all the other factors we talked about on the plane, this doesn't seem like a minor mystery. Now, that means we're up to our last minor mystery, the lost city of Atlantis. Now, it's almost impossible for a whole island to sink, but also, they just found that there's an island, Crete, right here, and that right next to Crete was a small island called Thera. And there, the scientists found volcanic remains on Crete. And so that must have been a huge explosion that blew Thera right out of the water. And that was about the time Plato said Atlantis was to have sunk beneath the sea. So Plato could have thought Crete was Atlantis, or Thera was Atlantis. Well, thank you for watching my video of modern mysteries. Use my facts in my interviews and decide if the modern mysteries really are true. Well, thank you.